Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World. Hi, Brian Farms and Diane. Yes, a few people saw that I was going to be on today because they answered my afternoon little video that I was playing around with my phone again. I think I have the video on my phone figured out to do it in the landscape, the live video in landscape mode, I think, unless it goes back to how how it was before. I hope it stays now where I put it. Hi, Riri. Uh, yes. By what I meant on what I said on the start of this about being a problem with me wanting to stay in all the time. It's not that I want to stay in the house. I don't want to leave my property, my house. I mean, I go outside all the time, but I don't know. It's getting to be a thing with me. I think of things like the day before that I'd like to do the next day. And when that day comes, I just don't want to leave. I don't want to leave my house. And it's getting to be more and more like that. Hi, Lisa J. Now, I don't know if having a dog with this problem she has with the separation anxiety, although she's not in here with me, she's out in her own bed. Uh, that has not helped because I don't like to leave her because I know she's all upset the whole time I'm gone. But I think it's also that I'm not comfortable anymore being away from the house. You like staying home too? Yeah. I don't know. That's I don't want it to turn into something that I can't leave the house. Uh, as it gets harder and harder for me to walk for very long, that's another excuse I have for not leaving. But there's things I have to leave for, so there are things I always will have to leave the house for. Like there's certain prescriptions that I have for my medicines that I can't have sent to me. I have to go pick them up for unknown reasons I don't understand. But so I have to go to Target, CVS once in a while, about once a month or so. And I do enjoy doing small grocery shopping when I'm more walking with a basket. I'll tell you what is hard when I go thrifting. When you're thrifting, you're not really walking. You're more standing. I mean, you move slowly down the aisles with little baby steps. But that's not walking. And that's what is so hard on my back. And I don't know why I'm sitting here complaining. That's not what I intended to do tonight. Well, it rained all day off and on, so the flowers should be really happy. And I need to buy some tomato plants, banana pepper plant. I like those. Maybe one red or green bell pepper plant. I don't plant a lot of things because they start coming in and it's such an overabundance. I don't know what to do with it all. Last year I tried to freeze tomatoes, which, first of all, if you're going to freeze tomatoes, you need to skin them, number one, And then you need to either make them into a sauce or at least cut them up and, I don't know, maybe strain the seeds out, because the way I did it was not good. Uh, yeah, the skins are still on, and there's a million seeds in them. So that wasn't a good idea. So I did freeze some peppers. I'll see how they turned out. I didn't have enough cucumbers. From the cucumbers I gave to the chickens and the ones that I used, I didn't really get enough cucumbers last year to make pickles or anything. This year I'm planting the little baby pickle cucumbers. So hopefully I'll get enough cucumbers of those little ones to make bread and butter pickles, the refrigerator kind. It's so easy, and those are my favorite kind of pickles. Hi, Brylan. Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Diane. Yeah. So today I spent the day. I'm still 3 days ahead on my drafts. Now, if I just do one bag a day, which is I'm listing 3 a day. So all I have to do is take pictures and bag up 3 items. And then I'll just stay 3 days ahead. That feels pretty good. Three ahead. And then if I have to go someplace or do something, or I don't feel like, doing it, it won't be a problem. I'll tell you what, I have spent most of the day on trying to learn how to get my photos or my videos. If I'm going to try to do videos on my phone, I need to have an easy way to transfer them from my phone onto iMovie on my computer. Now they automatically go on there if you wait long enough, but then you have to put them onto iMovie, which that's a process also. I know when I bought my little stick card reader for my laptop, which is a different connection now, of course, than the older computers, I know darn well that I bought a card reader for my phone and this computer, and I cannot find it. It's not on. I thought it was on top of the desk, and what I thought it was, that's my external hard drive. That's not what I thought it was. So I don't know where it is. I just know I bought one. Michelle, your bread and butter pickles are your favorite too. Yes. Yeah, absolutely my favorite. My mother used to make them. I think my grandmother used to make them. They've always been my favorite. And they're so easy. Of course, I should plant dill for sure. Dill's easy to grow. You can grow it from seed. It reseeds itself. When I used to have the big gardens, I always had dill. So you do need dill for bread and butter pickles, for any kind of pickles. So I have to get, I don't think I have any seeds for that. It's some more seeds. I was going through my seeds from last year to see what I needed to get yet. I bought new green bean seeds, and I bought, like I said, the little pickle cucumber seeds. So what has everybody been doing Have you been rained out today too? Bryland Farm, is it awfully hot down there? We had a couple nice days, actually hit in the 60s the last couple days. It was nice. But today, I don't know if it reached 60, but it's raining anyway. Oh yeah. Mm. From now on, does it get uncomfortably hot now? Because you have all that humidity down there too. You know, my Baltimore Orioles are still here. I thought they had left, but then I saw the female last night. I put new oranges out. I only have one orange left. And I saw the hummingbirds today. Thank goodness. I cut leaves off your squash today. It was a trip hazard. Yeah. Mm. You know, I'm not going to have a place to plant pumpkins this year because last year I planted them on my big compost pile. Well, my compost pile is covered with those, I forget the actual name for it. It's a weed that makes those sticky burrs that get all over your clothes. I mean, the big burrs like this, the big brown burrs. Well, the leaves to that weed they're like this, each leaf. So it's completely covered with a million of these plants. And to dig out each one of those, it's a real job because the roots are huge and they go down. So you can't just pull them out. They have to be dug out with a shovel. They got away from me this year. And there's no way I can do that. Riri, they have lots of rain and it's rain and chilly in Pennsylvania. Makes you want to stay home. Yeah. Maybe that's it. I just didn't want to go out in the rain, but it's not just the rain. It's almost every day, whether it's raining or sunny. Uh, it's unbearable afternoon in Louisiana. Mm. Yeah, my husband always wanted to go down to Florida. After he caught his first tarpon, and they go through that area on Anna Maria Island in Florida in the Gulf. They go through that area to like heading toward Boca Raton. They go through the area that we were in July of all months. So he always wanted to go down there in July. Well, yes, it's just so hot you can't even breathe. So of course we were out on the boat the whole time or a lot of the time, but it's still hot, awfully hot because we were sitting still. I would just sit on the edge of the railing of the boat and dump buckets of water over me. And even the water wasn't cool. It was terrible. But it was sure fun if you latched onto one of those tarpon. You can't bring them in the boat. They'd destroy your boat. I mean, they're huge. They're like 4 or 5 feet long. But to prove how the fishermen prove that they got one and how big it was, they take one of their scales off. As the fish grows, the scales get bigger and bigger till they're like this round, and they're sort of iridescent. They're kind of pretty when they dry, and they save those. Uh, I don't know where Jack's ever went. He had some. Uh, but you put the tarpon back in the water to be caught another day. Hi, Debbie. Somebody came on. I don't know if it was, I don't know who it was. They were watching my bread making video, and with the cat on the counter, and she says she hopes that keep wiping my counter off because the cat's walking around on it. Well, my cat's dish bowls up there. They're up there, she's up there all the time. But I wanted to show her, yes, it gets wiped off all the time. And I use this on my counters all the time, this microban. I have to get another thing. It's almost empty. So, yeah. Ah, I'm so bad with remembering names. Who's the one was scared of mice? Riri, was it you or was it Shelley? Can't remember. I wanted to show her. I told her about this Ridex plug-in thing, and I wanted to show her what it looks like. Gigi, hi. G Lee, not Gigi. G Lee's from West Australia. Ah, what time is it now there? You saw me early this morning. My time. Now it's morning your time. Okay. Yes, well, I'm glad you came back. It was Shelley. Okay. I don't think she's here yet. Uh, no, she's not here yet. Yeah. So Geely, what is the weather like? It's 7:45 down there in the morning. Just getting up and getting going. You have the opposite weather than us, so it must be fall. Is it fall in Australia? It's Saturday morning. You're a day ahead. Ah, it's late autumn. Oh, late autumn. Okay. And still 29 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is. Americans are really dumb with converting things. At least I am. Anybody I know, it just doesn't come. We have to go in and do all the math and stuff. It's been so hot and dry. So 29 degrees Celsius. Let me see what that is. That's 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So yes, it's hot. You're having a hot autumn, huh? Janet's here. Hi, Janet. Yes. Hi, Bumblebee. I knew you'd come on. There's somebody that was trying to do Poshmark, and was having trouble getting a listing on. Because here Bumblebee is. She's my Poshmark expert. Because you know how I do it. I don't list on Poshmark first. I list on eBay first, and then I cross list. But I think all you do, if you have a closet, and it seems you did, uh, you just click on the Poshmark where it says Poshmark, and then it comes on that where you list the thing, where you list, and it just walks you through what you fill out. She said it wasn't going into her closet, Bumblebee, but I don't know what she is doing, and I don't know who it was. Ah, so many trees dying everywhere on the verges, but no rain. Oh, yeah, that's tough. Are all your summers hot and dry like that? It seems to me all the movies I've seen of that are made in Australia are, you know, it always seems to be dry. I don't know if that means anything. Ah, well, our spring is just getting going, and I was sitting out in the family room and I looked out the window and everything is so green here. It's that bright, beautiful green that all the leaves are now out on the trees. Everything is just loving the rain, and it's just so green. The prettiest months here are late May and June, I think, for me. You know, it's when your first flowers really come in June. They've had in Australia, they've had a record number of days over 100. Ooh, Fahrenheit. Yikes. Yeah, I think being that hot is worse than being too cold. I mean, I think it's worse to be over 100 degrees than it is to be down in the like we say in the single digits here. You can always put on lots of clothes to get warm and start a fire, but I don't know. It's hard to get cool, except if you stand by the air conditioner. Yes, there's nothing like a Midwest summer. You had 2 record high electricity bills from having to run the air conditioner every day. Yeah, I bet. I know my power bills are out of sight. If it's not in the winter where I have to pay for oil, which is the highest thing to pay for, or the summer when the air conditioner is going. Yeah. Hi, Shelley. Shelley, are you the one that's afraid of mice? You're in the car tonight. Huh? I brought a prop. Yes, okay. I wanted to show you this. This is what it looks like. This is that Ridex. I have 3 or 4 of them. They plug in the wall, and there's a green light and a red light. When you plug it in, one of them goes on for a while and then it goes to the other one. But this is what it sort of what it looks like. This may be an older one. The new ones may look a little different, but it just plugs in the wall. And I noticed when I was looking, I was going to get a picture of it. Then I just decided to take this off the wall. That they price them all over the place. So look for a good price if you're going to buy them online, because you don't have to pay 50 bucks for it. They're, you know, I'm sure I paid under $15 or maybe under 10 for a couple of these. So yeah, they shouldn't be really expensive. That's why you have peanut butter. Is she a good hunter? Or he? Is it he or she? You have cat and you have no mice. Well, that's good. If I had a hunter, I wouldn't either. But Maddie just has never been a hunter. I used to have a good hunter, but that was quite a long time ago. When you plug it in, it somehow makes the lines, the electrical lines in your house, I don't know if they vibrate or what they do. It sends this thing through, like you were supposed to put this on each floor, like one on each floor, and it does something to any of the wiring on the floor on that level. And the critters don't like that. It disturbs them, and they just don't even want to be in the house where that they can hear something. Maybe it makes some sort of a high pitch that we can't hear. I don't know what it does, but if you can read about them, they used to advertise this on TV all the time. And if you go on to find one on Amazon, you can read about it, what it does. But it does something through the wiring in your house. It doesn't hurt your wiring at all. But that's how it works. Who are some of the other YouTubers that you like to watch? I like Canary Closet. She's a reseller. She shops all the time, like 3 times a week. She gets a lot of items and she gets good things. And I think where is she from? Is she from Pennsylvania? I'm not sure where she's from. I like Caleb Sells. He's a guy that lives right here in Ohio. He sells all men's clothes. And I watch him a lot to know what to pick for men's clothes. Now, there are things, a lot of the things I can find that he says are good, but there's certain things within that brand, like, he likes Polo Ralph Lauren too, but there's just certain things in that brand, and he likes LL Bean a whole lot, like I do. But a lot of the things he buys is outdoor clothes, outdoor gear, outdoor clothing for men, jackets, any outdoor. Not all jackets, but they could be vests, they could be like work shirts, jeans. He likes certain kinds of Levi's. He likes Eddie Bauer a lot. So maybe I ought to keep an eye out for men's work gear in Eddie Bauer. But he just put on one today or yesterday or the day before. of the brands that he really likes, and that they do well in his store. He sells really good. Yeah. Who else do I watch? I enjoy watching Jen the Reseller, and I watch Silver Owl Thrifter, but she hasn't been on lately because she's taking care of her grandchild. And of course, McThriftsy, I watch all of hers. But she gets such good, she lives in Texas, Houston and Austin area. Uh, they they get, and a lot of her things come from the bins, but she also shops in the racks too. But they get such good things down there. I don't know, is that oil money or what? Yeah. Shelly, you got some Eddie Bauer jeans for my husband at Costco. See, I hate to hear that. Well, not that you got it from your husband, but as soon as things start selling in like Costco, that makes the prices good. Then it's harder to sell. It's harder to resell. Once things get, I'm sure it's only certain things of the brands that Costco sells, and they're starting to sell lots of stuff. And one thing that they started to sell was last winter was the spider jackets and spider clothes, outdoor clothes. Used to be like for snowboarding. I think it started out being for snowboarding and maybe skiing, but now the brand won't do as well. That's the problem. It's the same as when like Kohl's starts carrying something. It's harder than for us to sell. I don't know if like when Costco makes a deal with a company, maybe it's just a certain line in their clothes that they're going to sell, and it's not everything, it's just a certain line. That could be. But I know Costco is starting to carry quite a few things that you see in the stores. I don't have a Costco card. I don't go to Costco because it's just me. But I've gone just once with my son. My son and his family, they go there all the time. I think my son loves it there. I think they go there once a week, but they took me one time just for the heck of it. It was fun, but you know, I don't need that much stuff. I'll show you. Of course, I might not have it here. Yes. Here's one thing I did buy. This was one of my purchases they bought for me. Kirkland is a Costco brand, and I use AA batteries up like crazy because my computer, my keyboard, and my mouse takes batteries, and most everything that I use takes AA batteries. So I usually use Duracell, and we talked to some man that was buying this, and we asked him if they do as good, and he says the only difference is these don't last quite as long, but it's worth the price. I mean, there's a huge difference in the price. I forget how much these were, but look there's 48 of them. So I haven't had to open these because I still have a big bunch of Duracells. You know, this is how I buy my Duracells. You know, and these are 24, and it was probably like $14, and I'm sure that big thing of 48 wasn't even $14. And plus they were on sale at the time I bought these. So I don't know. I don't remember how much they were. It's the first time you've seen Eddie Bauer there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that if they can make a deal with the company, they like to get all kinds of things that people that sell good, to people. And Eddie Bauer, people like Eddie Bauer. Clothing resellers say Temu and Shein, the Shein, or however you pronounce that, the big Chinese online companies affecting sales here. Yes, flooding markets with cheap new clothing. We don't have your bins in Australia. Hard to source cheap clothing. Yes, I haven't. When Temu, or however you pronounce that, first started, I looked through all the stuff they had, but I didn't buy anything. But that Shein or Shine or however you pronounce that, Shein, they feel awful. I mean, you can tell by the feel of the clothes that they're going to last about one washing. They just feel really cheap too. Yeah, I'd never buy those. They probably won't make it to the reseller market. Although you see it on there, they must buy them new and put them on. Yeah, not nice things. You don't have the bins. Well, I don't go to the bins. Yeah, do you have regular Goodwill over there, Julie? You love Kirkland brand wines. I heard that they were good. They're definitely working with good wineries. Yes, I did hear that their wines are good. I haven't found a wine that I can drink. I used to, a long time ago, I used to like to have wine with dinner, but then I got to only like sweet wines, and then I got a couple bottles of red sweet wine, and they gave me the worst headache I ever had. So there's something, whatever is that thing is in red wine, red sweet wine, I can't drink it. But my daughter says that there are wines, pink or white wines that are sweet. She used to be a bartender, so she knows. She told me what kind to get, but I've never get it. It's allergies and sugar. Yeah, yeah. It was a bad headache. I just dumped the wine. I mean, I couldn't drink it at all. Thank goodness it wasn't a good expensive wine. I got it at the grocery store. But then I read about red sweet wines. Often people can't drink them. I'm not supposed to have it with blood pressure medicine anyway, but I don't think a glass of wine will hurt anything. I think it's good for your digestion, but I'll have to look into it more and find a wine I can have with food. This is I made actually had a pretty big dinner for me. I made turkey burgers, and I had like 1.5 turkey burgers, and I had a vegetable, and I had biscuits, and then for dessert, Of all things, I had a root beer float. I was almost ready to burst. I was done eating. And it was all due to the root beer float, I'm sure. Uh, you picked up some rhubarb wine in South Dakota. Rhubarb wine. I've never heard of that. You've sold lots of wine. I should send you some because I have so much. No, don't send me any. Uh, Geely says we have plenty of thrift stores, but the prices on branded clothes are out of sight. I have a few clothes listed, but focus on books and CDs. Yeah. There she is. There you are. Where were you? Did you just discover I wasn't out there? Hmm? Hi, guitar guy. Yeah, I can't imagine how rhubarb wine would taste. Rhubarb is so sour. You closed down Goodwill again. What are you buying? Uh, how big is your store? Uh, who is having trouble listing on a Poshmark? Akela Okiki. I love your name. Oh, hail, oh, hail. Oh, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I had it right for a while. Kalila Okiki. Yes, love your name. You buy everything. Okay. You have so much rhubarb planted at this new house, we don't know what to do with it all. I never liked rhubarb. I never planted it. My grandmother used to make things with it, and she used to plant it all the time. So Geely says, I'll say farewell for now. It's 8:12 a.m. and I'm off to get washing out in the warm weather. Yes. You hang your washing out. That's good. I love to do that in summer. Thank you for coming and visiting with us. Kalila. That is a beautiful name. Ah. Well, I'm hoping that my sister comes to visit this summer. I think she's going to. And then she'll visit. She'll be here and visit with y'all too. Your Goodwill is pretty big. We like to go when they put new carts out. Oh, me too. It's like watching sharks with blood in the water. Mine's not that bad, but yeah, you like to be the first one at the cart when they roll it out. Uh, it's like that one video I did when I was shopping. That lady shoved me right out. Well, she didn't shove me. She said, "Excuse me," and she just cut right in and took that pair of jeans. Yes, send a picture of the plants, the rhubarb plants. Ah. See, that's what I'm afraid the bins would be like. They weren't so bad when my sister and I went, the one time I went. But see, the bins can get pretty bad, and I have no balance anymore. It wouldn't take much to knock me right down. Uh, your baby birds left the nest yesterday, the robins. Yeah, little fledglings. This is a dangerous time for them. This is the time when the birds are fledging that I don't like to let the cat out, and I sort of try to keep the dog on a line because I've had my dogs get little baby blue jays. I've had them get baby cardinals. It just breaks my heart. And they just can't help themselves because they're bird dogs. But yeah, this is the most dangerous time for the little baby birds. It's when they're on the ground, they can't fly up in the tree yet. And the mother has to come down and feed them on the ground. Well, they can't get away from things either. Uh, I need a bodyguard at the bins. Yes, I do. uh, uh, another, like I said, it's in the Akron, which is east of here, quite a ways. It's about 25 miles from here. Plus, it's all highway. I don't like to drive on the highway anymore. Uh, I drive 2 exits on the highway to get my hair cut. And it's 2 exits on the highway to go to Costco. If my son ever invites me again, I'll go. But, uh, yeah, I don't think I wouldn't risk it to go to the bins, though. And I'm sure not going by myself. I meant to pull that picture that I had of the blue eggs. I wanted to show you. If I think of it, I will. One of these nights, I will have it up of the bright blue uh, robin eggs. There's eggs in my bluebird box, but they're not from bluebirds. I have one bluebird box out where my gardens used to be, and I keep watching it in the spring. And every time a nest gets in there, I can tell if it's a sparrow's nest or if it's a bluebird nest. Bluebirds' nests are entirely different than sparrow nests. Sparrow nests are real messy. They use everything under the sun to make their nests. Bluebirds are very neat and made of little sticks, and they're just very neat. You can tell the difference. And usually, if I can get the nests out before there's any eggs of the sparrows, I'll take them out of there. But they keep coming back and building. But sometimes the bluebirds will get in there. But this year, by the time I got out there and felt in there, they had eggs, and I'm not gonna uh, take it if it has eggs in it already. But I haven't had bluebirds in there for at least 2 years. It's maybe 3, so maybe I'm not gonna get any anymore. Because they usually come back to the boxes that they know, and they haven't been able to get in my bluebird box. What Why I started throwing the sparrow nests away was because one year, this was awful. One year, I had bluebirds, and I was watching, 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 and, I'd sit and watch the bluebirds go in and out, and they'd feed the babies, and pretty soon, all of a sudden, the bluebirds weren't coming in and out, and I thought, "Well, maybe the little ones have fledged." But when I went in there and looked, a sparrow had gotten in there, and sparrows will kill the bluebirds. They'll kill the babies. They'll if there's just eggs, they'll peck the eggs and take the nests out or part of it. They use part of the nest. So I was so upset with the blue for the sparrows, but yeah, but I guess it's, live and let live. Cheryl, Riri's going. Night, night, night. You have sewing to do. Okay, you're the sewer. Bye bye. Thanks for coming. Ah, you like my hat lamp? Actually, it's a hat. I just stuck on a little lampshade. But that hat reminds me of the 20s. It's like a flapper hat. I tried it on, but it's too big and it looks ridiculous on me. But it's a cute hat. I never did put it on for sale because when I put it on that lamp, it looks so cute that I just left it there. uh, Jackie C, hi. Glad to see you. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think I ought to do about my not wanting to ever go anyplace now? Uh, should I make myself go out every other day or so? I need to go out and buy some plants. That will get me out. I need to buy some tomato plants. Uh, yeah. Uh, I had 4 decent sales today on eBay and none on Poshmark. It's strange. Some days are Poshmark days and some days are eBay days. But I had some nice sales on eBay for a change. It would be good for me to get out every other day. I know. I do feel better when I go out and actually talk to people. I feel like I feel better. That's why I don't want to give up coming on in the evenings and talking to you guys because it does make me feel better. It's hard being by yourself all the time. And my daughter yells at me for telling people I'm by myself. But don't worry, I have protection. Uh, Jackie, you have the same problem and so much rain this year. I try to go out at least twice a week. Yeah, I'm not going to go out in the pouring rain either. Uh, time for a boyfriend. My dad's a nice guy. Oh, oh dear. No, I had 2 husbands and they both died. I'm not going to have another one. Uh, yeah, it'd be nice to have a friend to go out to eat with, or I miss going out to eat once in a while with somebody. It's hard to go out to eat with your when you're by yourself. Uh, so there's only a couple places I'll go. Like I'll go to Panera. I'll go there by myself. But there's not many places that I would go and sit. by myself. I ran into, I don't know if I told this story. I ran into in the grocery store. This was about, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, long time. Uh, before I lost my balance, and before I actually, I my hair wasn't even this short. So maybe it was 10 years ago. Oh my. But anyway, I was in the grocery store and I hear Shirley, and I look, and here it was my old boyfriend that I went with before Jack. And he sort of looked the same. I recognized him. And his wife had died. And yeah, and he even called me a couple times. But yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's impossible, but it's improbable that you rekindle something from years back, especially when I had the neatest husband ever. He was my second husband. My first husband, not so much, but my second husband, yes. Uh, However, my first husband gave me my 2 children, which beautiful children. But yeah, he was not a nice person. I had to escape. I had to escape with my children long time ago. And yeah, then he died of dementia long after. Mm. And yeah, I met Jack, and that was it. I wouldn't have traveled. I wouldn't have seen as many things. I wouldn't have traveled as many places. I wouldn't have done, if I hadn't met Jack. We did so much. It's when I think back of all the things that we did together, it's amazing. We will be married for 1 year on the 29th. Just 1 year? You're a newlywed. Is it 1 year, or did you forget the first number? Just 1 year? That's nice. Well, yes, happy anniversary. Um, I hope to see my grandchildren get married. They're in high school, but no rush. They're both very brilliant kids. I don't know what they're interested in going to. My granddaughter is already. I think her mother said she's filling out or looking at colleges. My grandson still isn't much interested in that. uh, my both of my grandkids play lacrosse. I think I told you that. Oh, it is 1 year, because this time last year you had a different name. Okay. Well, so nice. Are you a young person? Are you real young? Most people that follow me are aren't really young. They're more middle-aged. But my second marriage, I was early 40s. And my Jack, my second husband, he was so good with the kids. And my son, I mean, I think he felt like Jack was his father because they had so much in common, the golfing and the fishing especially. And they even named their my grandson is named Jack. And they named him after Jack. Okay, married for the first time at 43. Okay, and he's the baby. He's 10 months younger, so I get to be the boss. Oh, you married a youngster, huh? Uh, well, I thank you all for being here, keeping me in good spirits. Uh, I will try. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be nice out. I don't think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be nice. So I'm going to try to get out. I know I said this the other day, but I need to buy, I need to get my garden started out there. So tomorrow, if it's not pouring rain, I need to get out and buy. I'm going to start. I'm going to look first at Mark's, that place where I got the hanging baskets that I put on the front porch that I took you with that one time. And I'll look there first before I go to the garden centers because, oh, well, Tractor Supply now has a greenhouse attached to it. That's the other place I could look. It'll be more expensive than Mark's, but it will not be as expensive as the garden center. And you'll be 44 at the end of July. Just a baby. Mm. Yeah, we moved out here. I'll have to look up the exact date, but it was close. It was in my late 40s, early 50s that we moved here into this house. And I did so much gardening and I made huge gardens around this house. And most are gone now. They were all perennial gardens, but if you leave perennial gardens and you don't tend them for a couple years, and I couldn't when my husband was we were heading to the Cleveland Clinic every day, and then he was in hospice here at home. I couldn't garden, and it doesn't take long for that ivy and that Virginia creeper uh, ground cover to take over your gardens. So I lost my big perennial gardens, but I kept the ones out front, and I kept up until a few years ago. I kept the raised gardens in the back, but they just got to be too much. So I'm going to close for now. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, I think I'm all caught up. I can go watch something on TV. And I will be back on Sunday at 4 o'clock and show you what I sold. I think I'm going to have a fairly good week. So good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hi, Brylan. I tune in and look at your garden every day, but if you're not in it and it's all still, I tune you off. But I do watch. You have that camera on all the time, I guess, huh? I'm waiting to see animals. Okay, I will be back on Sunday, and I'll see you all then. Thanks for joining. Bye.